Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and this time I want to share with you all the changes that I made for that connection device script, and I have some list of the changes which I did fill while working on this script. Also, it can be that there is something that I changed but I simply didn't write. Also, the goal in this video is to test that improved script in the Revit 2019, 20, 21 and 22. So, just briefly, what did I change? So I did delete regarding the user interface option for typing the diameter. So now when you say I want this connector and I want that pipe, basically the script will recognize the size of the connector from the device and it will use that dimension, or it will find the nearest value which is allowed for the pipe which you selected. Also, I did delete the question if you want or you don't want to connect multiple devices. Simply, if you just select one device, then okay, you will connect just that one device. If you select 10 devices, then you will connect all of them. Also, I did add an option for a slope. So now also those connection pipes can have a slope. Regarding the script in general, so I did resolve that issue with a connection of the multiple elements which need to have that T-fitting like shown in the previous video. Also now we can use up and down directions. Okay, I did add a slope, and also I did add some logic in order to, let's say, determine which connector we will use in case we have multiple same type of connectors. For example, if we have two or more cold water connector, then I did add some logic in order to take the proper connector for some different cases. Okay, let's see that in practice. So at first I will use this Revit 2021. So I did create a script in this version, and which is followed with this version of Dynamo. I will go to the 3D view. This will be test file for 2021. Now let's play a little bit with this file and this script. So I did have multiple internal revisions, but now this is like official revision 1. So at the start, let's cover maybe those features which we already have. For example, we need to select one pipe, let's say this hydronic supply. We need to select elements, either one element or multiple elements. Let's select one element, for example, and I will click finish. Set the direction for the connection pipes. So basically I want to use those connectors over here, and I want to go right and then to go up. So at first I need to go right. I'm following the general orientation in the project and also my interface. What is the offset which I want to use? Is it going to be just 100 and then I will want to go up, or for example 300? And now which connector I want to use? I already know that this connector over here and this connector over here are the type of other connector, and this connector over here it's a sanitary connector. So I will say, for example, other pipe, and let's say that in this case we don't need to have slope, set value. And okay, we did connect this device and this pipe. And also now new feature is that in the previous version of the script will assign one of those connectors at some random logic, because both of them are other type of connector. So now the logic is, if the pipe is above the connector, the script should use this upper connector. And also because we don't have any more field in order to enter diameter, actually we will use the same diameter which is defined in this connector. And over here you can see that it is defined like 28, but when we click on the pipe is 25. Why? Because this type of pipe doesn't have that diameter 28, and then the script will find the closest value which is defined for this pipe over here, and that is 25. Okay, now let's, for example, connect those two devices. Select one pipe. Let's connect them with the sanitary. So we want both pipes. We want to go again right, then down, and also we want to offset, let's say 400 mm. We want sanitary, and we want, let's say 2% of slope. Okay, let's see what we accomplished. Okay, I will isolate this. So did we connect with the sanitary? Yes, we did. What is the diameter? 19. Use diameter is 20 because 19 is not defined for our pipe class. And now did we include that slope? Yes, we did, and it's 2% of the slope for each pipe. Okay, now I don't know, let's try to connect some other, let's say those plumbing features over here on some different levels. So one pipe, for example, this one, multiple elements. Now for those elements it is down. For the sanitary, offset doesn't matter, is a sanitary, so basically the sanitary connector is from the bottom of this plumbing feature. And now, I don't know, let's use 1% of the slope. Is it connected? Yes. And of course we can check what is going to happen if we move some plumbing feature. If it's fully connected, then the pipes should move with the plumbing fixture. Also, if we move the main pipe, if everything is connected, also our branches should connect. So it looks like everything is connected. That is okay. And like a final step, let's also connect those pumps. And also we can one more time show that if we want to connect pumps on the upper pipe and on this down pipe, that we can do it and the script will follow. So on the beginning, those connectors in those default Revit families for the pumps are, I think, global. So when something is global, it's undefined system type. So at first we need to select pipe, we need to select pumps, finish. We want to go up, so we want to use this connector over here, and we already say it's undefined system type. We don't need slope over here, so the script should use those connectors above. That is okay. Now let's say that we also want to connect those pumps on this pipe over here. So now main pipe is this, our pumps. Now it's important to select just pumps. Okay, now we want to go down. Offset doesn't matter, but now when you connect at first time some global type of connector, then when you want to connect that global connector type again, now it's not anymore the global. Now that global change to whatever it's already connected to those pumps. So now it's a system supply hydronic, set values. And now we also did connect bottom connectors to this main pipe over here. Okay, so this is 2021. I will just now go through all the versions of Revit and just pick some random examples and connect them. So for 2019, I have version 2019 2.3 and I'm using Dynamo 2.0.4. And also what you will need to check if you are going between the versions of the Revit, it's not bad thing to check if everything is set up correctly between the versions of Revit. And usually the thing which can go wrong are those categories. So you did say I want to filter when I want to select that main pipe, I want to filter just category of the pipe, but when you open that same script in some different version of Revit, that will change. So before you use this script on different Revit versions, please check if anything is changed between the versions. For example, we can say, in order to avoid changing and in order to run that from the Dynamo player, we did save as that script, Dynamo player. Okay, so we want to run this 2019 version. Okay, let's connect, for example, hydronic supply and those elements over here. So it is again right, it is, let's say, 1 meter. It is other pipe without the slope. Yeah, everything is connected. Okay, let's connect maybe those toilets. So it's a sanitary. We want those elements. Down. Sanitary, I don't know, 2%. Okay, and finally, let's connect pumps. Let's use hydronic return, for example, pipes, up, global, that's it. Okay, let's go to 2020. So 2020 is in the version 0.2.4, Dynamo 2.3.1. So let's see if 2020 will work without going to the Dynamo and check if everything is okay. Select a pipe. I don't have too much of idea right now. Let's use hydronic return. Let's select those air handling units. Finish. It's not right. Now it's north. It's north. It's, let's say, 400. It is again other pipe, set values. Of course, now we will create also the clash, but we just want to see if the script will connect devices. It's connected. That is okay. Let's, oh no, 19. Let's connect plumbing fixtures. It is again down, sanitary, 5%. Okay, instead of 4 I did select 3 of them, but okay. So it is a 5%. Finally, let's connect pumps. Okay, let's go to 2022. So okay, and now finally I just want to test this script in the version 2022, which use version of Dynamo 2.10.1, and I'm using right now this version of Revit in the trial mode. So it can be that if you already have some hot fixes, that it will maybe work a bit differently in your version. So I did have a problem with the data shapes, which is used in the version 2021. So I needed to uninstall that version and to install version for 2022. And now let's try to use the script. Finish. Now that is north. Let's say 200, it's offset, and we want to use other pipe, set values, and it works. Let's also now try to see that how the script will pick this second connector, which is again other pipe. So if we select one pipe over here and we want to select one device and we want to say again it's a north, let's say now it's a 600 and it's a other pipe and set values. So the script should connect this second connector and it did. So diameter is 10 and also in this pipe we have 10 as a diameter. So now actually what is defined in the pipe class and in device it's the same, and the script was able to use that diameter. So that is okay. And let's also see what is going to happen if we want to select only one device to connect with the slope. So one pipe, for example, over here, one element over here. We want to connect them in the direction down, to use sanitary, to use 2% of the slope. Is it 2? Yes, it is. It's going down. That is okay. Also, let's see what will happen if we select 2 pumps instead of 4, for example. I don't know. Let's connect this pipe and those 2 pumps. So the pumps need actually to go one level above. It is up. It is global. That's okay. Set values. And actually we did create clash over here, but we did succeed to connect with those pipes over here. And basically for this presentation part of the video, that is it. We did successfully test the script in the 2019, 2020 and 2021 and 2022. Okay, so in order to review the results inside the script, I will just run the script from Dynamo. We will take something for example. So let's say this pipe. Okay, so we already know some main parts of the script, and this is just improvement or sequel to that original script. I will not explain entire script piece by piece because there is too many relation between the nodes, and if you have any question or anything, you can either leave the comment or send me an email and I will try to explain. So we did say that we did change something over here inside the interface. Over here I think that previously it did say select one element, now it's select one pipe. Other than that, I think that I did originally have up and down direction. I was unable to include that at the moment when I did release that original script. So now I just add those 2 values. Offset is still here. Also this is the same, and also now we have a slope. So you will need to enter some slope value. Default it's 0 and that's it. Then we will need to read all those inputs. And as I told you, we already did have this for up and down in the previous script. I just didn't add that as a feature in the previous script. I didn't have enough time. Okay, but this entire part over here I think we didn't have in the previous run. So what is all of this about? So previously we did demand from the user to tell us if he wants to connect one or more devices. Now we will just see how many devices user choose. So it's 4, so it's bigger than 1, and that's it. We do not need that field in the user interface anymore. Now we have information and the user wants to connect more than one device. Okay, so also we did have a problem when we have, for example, 2 or more same connectors on device, which connector we will need to assign to this connection procedure. So now basically we will check what is the height of the pipe on which we need to connect, what is the height of our connectors, and then if the pipe is above the device, we will take connector which have maximum height. So over here we can see that we have basically 2 connectors. So both connector on the pump are the same type of the connector. It's a global up and down, and we need to connect our pump with the pipe which is above the device. So then we will need to proceed with the point of the connector which have a bigger Z component. Okay, so we have in out over here. We want to check if the element is above or below the pipe. So over here we will check what is the height of the main pipe, and we have that Z component. Okay, over here we have the Z component of our devices, and in this case of the pump we have 2 Z components. So now there is a question, if those pumps are on the higher height comparing to the main pipe. No, it's not. So the main pipe has a like higher Z component. So it's a false, and we need to proceed with out. So like we did have 2 choices. Either we will go with the bottom connector or with the connector on the top. We did proceed with the connector on the top. Also, over here there is a question which I need to resolve. If I already connect, for example, this connector over here, we did say both connectors are other type of the connectors, and then I did connect this connector with this pipe. Again, I'm going in the same way. So now I want to connect this second other pipe type connector with the same pipe, and again the script will say, okay, so I need to compare this pipe and this device, and again I will use the top connector, but now we already connected something there, so it's not just that we need to check what is the height of the multiple connectors, we also need to check if we already have something which is connected to some of those connectors to filter them out. And basically we will do that over here. So if we have multiple connectors, and first we need to check if some of those connectors is connected to something, we will do that here, and then we will filter that connector because we don't want to have a connection on the same connector, and then we will proceed over here. Okay, we don't want anymore to type the diameter of the pipe, so over here we have our main pipe. We want to know what is the pipe segment, what is the name, so we need to take a look which pipe diameters we have for the pipe class which is assigned to this main pipe. And now over here we have like all possible diameters for all pipe classes. You have a reference for that script over here. And now just for our pipe class, we have a list of all possible diameters which we can use in order to connect our devices. So from one side we have for main pipe class diameters, from the other side we need to see what is the size of the connector, and that information we will have here. So for all our connectors, for all pumps, we have same size, it's 40, And now we need to check over here if we can find the same or close value to the values which we have for the connectors. And over here we have those values. That is okay. And now again, those are like the values of diameter for all connectors. And before we use those values for our pipes, we need to filter. So we did have like 8 different connectors. We decide which one we want to use. We will filter 4 of them. And now we have our values over here. And now those values we will deliver to our diameters. This entire story I did cover in the last video. So in order to create those T fittings, you can check previous videos. This part over here, when you actually create those pipes, and you need to create those pipes with the main pipe to assign basically a pipe system. I didn't change anything comparing to the last video, but again, what I did change in general, like this part over here, this upper part, it's related when you want to create the pipes which doesn't have a slope, and this part over here is added in order to cover the case when the user wants to have a slope. And basically I will just show you this entire script. The idea is basically to change the value for this point over here. So when the user wants to have a slope, you will actually not have 90 degrees over here. In the case when the user demands to have like 3% of the slope, then you will just calculate, because you already have this distance over here, how much is it that 3% of the slope, and then you will basically raise or in some cases decrease the height of this pipe over here, and in that way you will basically create a slope. Okay, so those are like the nodes, and after you create the pipes, either for the pipes which have or which don't have a slope, all other nodes are basically the same. And that is, I think, pretty much it. I did group some of the nodes comparing to the previous scripts, but that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.